is Knowledge Producer's first interview, Knowledgeable Interviews, and we are here today with Dougal, aka DeadRain. How you doing, Dougal?
I'm doing good, thank you, Justin. Or Fish.
Justin Fish,
Whichever,
whatever you want to
whichever
call
you
me,
prefer.
it is all good. I have multiple names, it doesn't even matter.
Okay.
So,
Great. So,
today's video interview, the reason why I am interviewing this guy right here, Dougal, DeadRain, is because his workflow is just fantastic and it's just a great
thank
workflow.
you.
So today's topic is going to be on workflow. So before we get into a workflow conversation, I just want to ask you a little bit about yourself, bro. Like
Uh-huh.
how long
Cool.
have you been producing?
Um, 3 years from a variety of different sort of doors, I guess. I don't think some of them can be classed as doors, but like some stuff for the iPad, which is really quite bad. But then I moved on to Reason and Ableton and stuff, and that's been really good, and I've stuck with them.
Yeah, something a bit more proper, but those startup little
Yeah,
things are fun to play with.
yeah.
Okay, well, moving on to the next question. Uh, List some of your favorite artists and inspirations for the music that you.
Well, at the moment, it's probably like Mr. Carmack and Moody Good. They're both really cool. I
Mm-hmm.
think Moody Good's got like a really interesting, unique sound, like the all the sort of crackly nature of the sounds, and I sort
Ooh,
of
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Kind
So
of,
I
kind of
sort of like
organic sound, yeah.
yeah, and the very rich lows and highs, which is what I like to think I have as well. And then Mr. Carmack's just consistently really good.
Consistency is one of the bigger things, you know. That's why Zomboy only releases an album every other year. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the intro track that was playing was Indeed by You. It's called Ammo. It is not released yet. But
No.
it was a really nice song and I found it just mind blowing amazing. That's actually what we're looking at right now, isn't it?
Yep, this is the project for it.
Okay, and it's could be classified as a dubstep, neuro, more like dubstep, neuro, hybrid
Yeah,
fusion, and that's mostly the kind of music you make is more neuro, you know,
yeah,
fusion things like that, which I think is great.
yeah.
About how long
Oh,
does it
thank you.
take you to finish tracks like the track you have up right now, Ammo?
Um, yeah. Well, this one didn't take me too long because it's sort of what I'm used to a bit more. But
Hmm.
the one that I did today actually, that it was drum and bass, and it took me a lot longer because I'm not so
Hmm.
used to the sort of stuff that I did with that.
Hmm.
But this this took me about 5 hours or something. So it's I think if you do it quicker, um, you get like well, one, it's over quicker,
Oh, that's
which
so
is
true.
quite satisfying. But also you can like come back to it, and
Hmm.
sometimes when I come back to it, I've completely forgotten what it sounds like,
Hmm.
which I don't know, it might sound bad, but it's good because then you have the fresh ears that somebody who's listening to the song will have. So
Hmm.
it's pretty good.
And I think that's very important, you know, to be able to listen to your song as
Yeah.
someone who hasn't heard it before and doesn't
Yeah,
know
I
what's
think that's
coming.
like the in like that's one thing that I wish I could do, just like reset my ears sort of,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean, so I could like just hear it from the start.
Hit the reset button.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll just like put it somewhere and come back to it like a year later and be like, oh.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, but I usually just want to release it.
Yeah, I mean, usually just want to get it out there and, you know, get some quality stuff made. But anyway, so you said that takes you
Yeah.
about 6 hours, and your tracks usually don't take you but about a day or two max, right?
Yeah. Yeah, usually I try to get
Wow.
it done in a day.
That's just incredible workflow right there, man. That is truly inspiring to be able to finish songs of your caliber in that quick amount of
Thank you.
time. It's just, whew, mind blowing.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and move on with some of the other questions. Like I said, this interview is based on workflow. And I think personally that workflow is a very important topic. So I've been trying to work on it
Yeah,
myself. And I'm also an Ableton Live user. But can you like
yeah.
talk about some ways that you help workflow within your DAW? Like some things you do to help yourself with the workflow?
Yeah, sure. So basically, some of the stuff is one thing that's useful is for each effect that you use or like
Mm-hmm.
instrument that you use have like a default thing which you're going to use most of the time
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the time for some stuff, well, before I did this, I just spend all the time just saying it to what I wanted it to be like, but it's just a lot easier if you just have it how you want it.
That's right.
And then yeah, and also I have some um just like audio effect racks. And I don't actually know what pretty much any of these do, except for like a few of them. This one is what I drag onto the mastering bus of every song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really tell you what's going on. I could look. Um, yeah, I've split the stuff up just in case I wanna like put anything on them. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much yeah. Because I don't know. I think the sausage fattener is good because it keeps it like a bit better. I know
Mm-hmm.
this. I don't actually change anything. I just have it as its default,
Oh, that's cool.
but it just adds something and it's quite good. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also a limiter, so um, it's yeah, it's cool.
It fits right in there on the master then.
Yeah,
That's one of the things I need
just
to
like
get. I haven't even messed with too much is sausage fattener. But
yeah. I think well, I sort of think it's a bit of a waste of money, but I got it anyway, and I do like it. But I would never drag it out and use it. But I've got it in some of my default racks,
mm-hmm.
and it's useful. It's good.
Okay, okay.
So I think
That's
yeah,
that's
it
cool.
helps. It's like a utility.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. I need to actually do some more things like that myself and experiment with some other saturation adding techniques and characteristics on the master and such. Just kind of get the
Yeah,
warmer sound out of things.
yeah.
Okay,
All right.
well, let's move on with some other workflow tips. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the bass. I like the bass and
Yeah.
ammo so much. Can you show our users a little bit what you had going on with that bass line right there?
All right. So the baseline, it doesn't really have much on it. As you can see, most of the time, everything's just set to like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But I would throw on some stuff like this. But yeah, it's because I've resampled it, and as you can see down here, I've got the clips that I've recorded previously, and so yeah, you can just like wind forward. That was Frequent's
Yeah,
idea to show
yeah,
you
yeah. I
his.
remember seeing that in the frequent
Yeah,
tutorial.
he's really good,
Yeah, he's
and
brilliant.
then if you just have loads of these, which like really long ones, you can get just like bass whenever you need it, which is
That
useful.
sounds
And then I
great.
have this, yeah,
Bass whenever you need it. Oh, because we all know we need plenty of bass.
well, yeah, of course. And then I have this thing, which is my init patch, which is just the initial patch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is pretty useful because I've already got the automation set up
Mm-hmm.
for stuff. So like when I'm making growls and stuff, and this is what I find useful. But yeah, like some people have loads of different automation stuff, like frequent, like he resamples and stuff, and evoke and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think that's good, but I just do it differently. And
Oh yeah,
as you
you
can
were
see
telling me
here,
about this. Yeah, this is your initialized patch that you use to start off when you make bases, right?
yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
so
this is
I've got
so
like
great.
everything mapped out, which is quite useful because then I can just go like just flip it up and down, and then it's like automatically mapped to that, and then those are automatically mapped to that, and it's just pretty useful. And then one thing which is only like a small thing, I've called it Zinit. Just this is just I don't know whether anyone actually wants to use this, but like so like when I go open sound, all I have to do go to this, just press Z and then enter. Because if it's in it, there's like some other
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
folders with
idea.
I,
Yeah.
and it just saves a bit of time. It's just like stuff like that. that just help. And yeah, and basically what I do for my basses is I have them like, and then I record them playing, and then I would like change them a bit and then record the new one. So eventually I get the names are a bit random. I just dragged that one out, and you get lots of different, like the same sound,
Mm-hmm.
but like variations of it, and it's really useful because you could get like I don't know, you just like always have more stuff, like new stuff, which
Mm-hmm.
you probably haven't used before. So yeah,
Yeah, and this way you can use, like a bass that you made for a lot of songs, but it won't sound too,
yeah,
repetitive because you're not, you're using different
yeah,
parts of it. I need to get more into resampling because I feel like that's one of the better ways to pull your sound out of the synth, because let's
yeah. You
say
can
you're
just
using
like,
massive, everyone's using
okay,
massive, you kind of want to pull the sound away
yeah,
from the massive sound, so you got to do like more external processing on it, get it away from sounding like massive all the time.
yeah.
But that.
Well, yeah, yeah. So and then I automatically have a 140 BPM just
Hmm.
because that's what I normally use. So it's nice to have it something that you use because then I don't know, you don't have to do some strange warping.
Hmm. And
Yes.
so yeah, so you do save your automations. That's actually a really good idea as well. Just make like an automation
Yeah.
library.
Oh yeah, and then I have it like playing notes every fourth.
Hmm.
So instead of like here, I just have it this, but that's because in massive, when you have like the restart via gate, it when you make a change to it, it only changes when a new note's triggered.
Hmm.
So like so you have to like use it quite often. But then after I've done that, I just like flip over to this one and then use this one instead
Okay, okay.
because that's just one
Yeah,
note.
just set up your MIDI and just like loop it while you mess around with the sound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I just
exactly,
have it
exactly.
loop for ages. It just saves you from like holding down the note because then that's just annoying, really.
All right, well, let's see if we can move on to some other questions. We already talked about your workflow with your bases, which I think is great. I think the initialized patch is a great idea, and also you guys should be able to pick up DeadRain's initialized patch the way it is, so you can start making your own bases from his like to download page on Facebook. There should be a link in the description for that, guys. So knock yourself out, but don't kill yourself. Um, so yeah, let's see what other questions we got on
Yeah, hope
here.
if we can get the light to download working because it's not been working so far for me.
It's kind of iffy,
But
but I,
yeah,
I I know
we'll
the I
make
know
it
the
work.
secret. Yeah, I know the secret behind that. So don't even worry about that. What
All
do
right.
you do when you find yourself getting stuck in a song? Or does that happen?
Um, it doesn't usually happen, but as I said, it happened today when I was making the drum and bass song, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a solution for it because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sort of get angry, and eventually I sort it out. I there's not I don't really have a secret to that.
That's all right. Well, I guess you just don't work on it then. You just come back to it another time.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I quite like to finish the songs
Mm-hmm.
like as soon as possible.
As soon as
And
possible.
so, well, for that one today, I just kept on just thinking, what could I do for the intro? Because I couldn't think of an intro for it,
Mm-hmm.
which happens sometimes. It's really annoying when I have a good drop, but
Oh yeah,
no good
yeah.
intro. And
You
then
gotta have a good
yeah,
intro, otherwise,
yeah,
they're just gonna skip over your song.
yeah, exactly. And then yeah, so I just kept on thinking, and eventually, after like a few tries, I got an intro that I was happy with. So,
Okay,
well, happy-ish.
I'm sure you're satisfied with it. But let's
Yeah.
see here. When you're producing, what kind of beverages or drinks do you like to drink, or do you just drink water, or because a lot of
I don't.
producers drink coffee, do things like
Yeah.
that. Mountain
I
Dew.
as as I said, I get up. Well, actually, did I say that or was that?
No,
I
you
can't
said
remember.
that. I
I
think.
was
Wait,
just talking.
you can just
I get
repeat
up
yourself anyway.
early.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Anyway, I get up quite early to do the songs, and I have my breakfast. Uh, which do I need to say what I have for breakfast?
Not really, unless you'd like to. But is it the breakfast of champions?
Um, I don't know. Uh, it's Wheatos.
Hey,
I don't know whether that's
you gotta eat the Weedos.
what's yeah, I don't know what it's champions eat, but it's tasty anyway, and it's chocolate. And yeah, so that's what I have in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really drink much. I think I get most of my um lubrication from the milk in
Mm-hmm.
my cereal. Because on holidays when I make most of my music
Mm-hmm.
or on the weekends, I at lunch I just have more cereal. So it's like yeah, so I get through a lot of cereal. And
Okay,
when I'm
so.
having the second lot of cereal, I usually have a break from music and maybe have a shower as well, and
Mm-hmm.
then sort of come back to it with fresh ears, as I said earlier.
Okay, that's a
Um,
good idea. Yeah.
so I can tell whether everything sounds
Mm-hmm.
really bad or it still sounds as good as it sounded before the
Yeah,
porridge.
because that ear fatigue, after listening so long, you think it sounds great,
Yeah,
then you listen to it
yeah.
later, and you're like, this hook sounds terrible. You're just like,
Well,
wow.
yeah, yeah. That's why I tried to do songs quickly because then I don't have as much time to think it sounds terrible.
Okay,
So
okay. I see
it's
you.
yeah, because then if it's like sort of I don't know, most of the time after I think the song's not as good as I did think it was before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm less likely to continue. But if I just do it straight away and then I'll have the song and then I'll be more motivated to like finish it and make it better
Mm-hmm.
because I've already got it, sort of, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that operate. I'm just looking at your screen over there. The underneath that massive for your
Oh
initialized
yeah.
patch.
Um yeah, I do a lot of people this is just from habit and I know a lot of people do stuff differently,
Mm-hmm.
but like yeah, I don't know. Everybody does stuff differently and that's okay. But I have I like to cut off with the times four, like 169.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one of the preset things. I'm not that immature. I am, but like I didn't actually do that. And I
That's
have
so
it like
funny.
that, and then sometimes I like roll it down a bit more, and then just have like that sort of. So it's like less bass, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter so much.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, it does because I love my bass. But it's like um, and then I have just a normal sub underneath, which
Mm-hmm.
isn't really doing much. Sometimes I'll change it. Sometimes I'll make it so it's like a bit more wobbly, but
Okay, okay.
often I'll just keep it normal.
Okay, so you just usually ride, and that is that for all of your resamples? You just ride with the sub bass underneath the resample,
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I would
pull it out,
I
and
used to like just have it like without that, but I find that's a bit less reliable, sort of,
mm-hmm.
because you get a lot of these frequencies, like 100 to 200, and they can be quite painful.
Yeah,
Like
when you're doing
they're
your
like
automations and stuff, it'll.
yeah, when you have big speakers and there's like a big bass peak like around here or
Ooh.
around this area, it just gets I don't know. It's just a bit annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there are ways of coping with it, but this is my way. And yeah, I don't know.
Whatever works. That looks great. I do have, I
Yeah.
believe, two more questions for you, and then I think that'll conclude the Dead Rain workshop on workflow.
All
One of
right,
the
cool.
questions is not really related to music, but it's nice to know about the producer's lifestyle. What do you like to do in your free
Okay.
time? Do you?
Free time. I
Oh, there we
just
go. That's the correct producer answer. Free time. What's that?
yeah, I do music a lot of the time, except for when I'm at school, because then I'm at school and
Mm-hmm.
it'd be difficult to bring my computer to school and do it then. But
Mm-hmm.
actually, we do have two big computers at school, which we did use actually, and we made like a well, me and my friends sort of made like a 808 version of um, blurred lines because that was the only stuff that was on the system, and so we
Okay.
sort of had to cope with it, and that was quite funny.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I don't often use that. I just play Xbox really, and um, just make music occasionally.
Make music. What do you what would you say your make music to everything else slash free time ratio is? Are you like making music
It's
like
not usually that high, but on the holidays, which it is at the moment for me, it's like every other day I try to do a song, so it takes up quite a lot of the time. And when I'm not doing a song, I like on the days that I'm not doing a song, I like to try and make like
bases?
a bass like this,
Mm-hmm.
or because I like to think about the song that I'm going to do for the next day. So maybe I'll have some ideas and then I'll make the bass that fits it, or a snare, or a kick, or get some percussion ready. So that way I can just like sort of drag it in and I'll be prepared.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. That's actually a pretty smart idea right there. Prepare for your next song the day before and just get your
Yeah,
session ready.
yeah. But I
Okay.
don't tend to like make songs in on school days, and I try to make like a bass every afternoon on school day. But
Mm-hmm.
that ends up not happening because I'm usually too lazy, which
Yeah.
is not good for motivation. But yeah, it just happens. And I've got like 82 at the moment, so it's not like I'm gonna run out anytime soon.
Yeah, and I say when you're making a song, a finished, high quality production song every other day, I think you're kind of allowed to take a break every once in a while.
Yeah,
Be a little lazy sometimes.
yeah.
All right. Well, last question to wrap things up before we head out of here is if you had to choose
Okay.
one workflow tip to share with our users, what would it be? Like the most important thing you think is essential to having a good workflow for yourself.
Okay. Probably just be motivated and just keep on making the song. Um, and try do it as quickly as possible.
Hmm.
Like, don't just this is what happened to me when I was like a while back. Like, I just keep on playing the same section over and over again
Oh,
and
you
just
get
being
stuck
like,
in the loop. Yeah.
yeah, and not knowing what I'm gonna do next. But you just have to get past that, and that's pretty hard. Like every time I do a song, it's still difficult, but
Yeah, you
like
just gotta keep going with it,
you
you know?
just like yeah, sometimes I just copy and paste over and then change some stuff or make a new sound or something and then drag that in and then yeah but yeah, just keep on making the song and like because sometimes I do it when I don't want to, but like I
Hmm.
just do it anyway because
It's
I
productive,
know I'll be
yeah.
satisfied at the end.
Yeah, it's for a good cause. Like even if you don't feel
Yeah,
like working on something, by all means, we're not telling you to like force yourself, but if you'd like to, I
yeah,
mean, you can really force yourself and at least get something productive, like
yeah,
make a
it's good to
base.
have targets and like
Mm,
schedules and
yeah, it's
stuff.
good to have a schedule and goals. Otherwise, you're kind of just floating around.
Yeah,
All right. Well, Dead Rain, it has been a great pleasure. I want to thank you
thank
for
you.
helping us out with our very first knowledgeable interview.
Oh,
Like
well,
before.
thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. Thank you for sharing your great workflow tips. We're gonna have a link to download that initialize patch where you can start making bases, and we encourage you to kind of set up your own. Set up some automation
Yeah,
clips and just try to make things easier for yourself. This was the interview on workflow, so you guys can get
yeah,
out there cranking those songs out better and faster and just improving.
yay. All right, cool.
All right. Well, like I said, thank you for being with us. And until next time, guys, stay knowledgeable.